The story begins on an island where it is the time of World War II. Two enemy ships crash on that island, and two soldiers come out from within them, who are absolutely safe. A fight begins between the two. Then a huge and strange creature called Kong appears, and both soldiers get scared after seeing it. After this scene, there is a time gap in the story. Next, we are shown many years later a team of geologists, consisting of a man named Bill and his partner. Bill has discovered an island and needs money to get there. He goes to a senator's office and tells about the island that was shown at the beginning of the film. He tells that this island is very old and strange and huge creatures live here, about which the world has no knowledge. The senator does not like this plan and refuses to give the money, but Bill explains to them that the world, especially Russia, wants to claim the island, so we must go there first. The senators listen to him and give him permission and money to go. Bill forms his team, which includes a major and several soldiers. He also enlists a guide, named James, and a photographer girl. The team holds a meeting and decides where to meet if they get lost. The next day, they head to the sea as they had to go there by helicopter. But when they reach the sea, they find that their path is not safe due to a storm. Nevertheless, Bill takes off regardless, loading his team into several helicopters. As they arrive in the middle of a storm, it was expected that the helicopters would not survive, but they somehow reach the island. A member there says, maybe these creatures live underground, that's why they explode underground. But this causes panic in the island, and the animals start running away. Then the giant Kong appears, who is very angry, and starts attacking them. The major orders his soldiers to begin firing, but this causes Kong to become even more aggressive, and several soldiers are killed. Now these people split into two groups. One group consists of Bill and the guys from the army, while the other group consists of James, Mason, and the rest. When several of the major soldiers are killed, he points his gun at Bill and asks, "Why did you bring us here?" Bill explains, "This earth is not ours. It was ruled by animals whose names we didn't even know." He tells the story of one of his sea voyages, when a giant creature attacked their ship and he alone survived. Then he tells that he did research for 30 years and then came here so that he could tell the world that such creatures still exist. Meanwhile, a soldier goes missing and the major goes into the jungle with his team to find him. While on the move, a bamboo gets into the mouth of a soldier and he dies. When they look up, they find that a creepy spider has made its web among the bamboos, and it starts attacking the others too. The major shoots and kills him. This forest is full of strange and terrible creatures. Now we see on the other side the soldier who was lost. He stands on the bank of a river, and there he sees Kong. Suddenly, he sees that a giant octopus in the water has attacked Kong. But Kong cleverly defeated the octopus and freed himself, and now he has started eating it. Seeing all this, the soldier becomes extremely scared. On the other hand, James' team is traveling to some place. Suddenly, they see a huge creature in front of them, which is a big buffalo. These guys stop to see if he says anything before shooting him, but the poor guy innocently walks away. After going a short distance, they saw some savages, one of whom could speak English. In fact, he was one of the same two soldiers shown many years earlier at the beginning of the film. He takes them inside the tribe and tells them that many years ago, he and his partner were trapped here and were living here since then. But a few years ago, his partner was killed by a creature. That strange creature lives underground and is Kong's sworn enemy. He tells that they were living underground for a long time, but because of the bomb that you guys had detonated underground, they have come up. He also explains that Kong protects us, and if you did something to Kong, who would save us? Now James' team had very little time to reach that location. Then the old soldier they met says that walking on foot will do nothing. I give you a boat, and everyone starts fixing it up. Meanwhile, Mason sees a massive helicopter fall. She tries to wake him up to help him, but fails. Just then Kong comes there and easily saves his life by picking up the helicopter. Mason gets scared after seeing him, but then she thinks, how can someone who is so kind-hearted towards animals be cruel to others? Now we see that missing soldier again. He is sitting at one place, but later he realizes that it is some living being. As soon as the creature stands up, he starts shooting at her, but we are shown that the creature starts running away in fear of something, and the thing it was running from was none other than the skull crawler. He moves forward and kills the lone soldier. We are now shown that the army is also ready to move, and James' team's boat is also ready. They leave after saying goodbye to the tribe. Everyone is very happy that they are now leaving the island. Meanwhile, very strange birds come and pick up one of the men and take them with them. James is shooting at them, but within no time those birds cut that man into pieces, and they are unable to do anything. Then they go back inside the boat. After this, Major's team and James' team meet at one place. Here the Major is worried about his missing soldier because he was his special man. He says that we have to go west to find him, but then the old soldier tells them that it is not safe at all to go there and that he will kill them. But the Major doesn't listen to anyone and tells James to come with him. Everyone together goes to a place where all the skeletons and bones had decomposed and turned into fuel. One of the men smokes a cigarette and throws it down, causing a fire and a huge explosion. Because of this, the nearby skull crawlers become active. Now they were attacking them, and these people were firing at them. Then a skull comes out of one's mouth, which contains the locket of the same soldier. So James understands that he is no longer in this world. But now they could not even run away from here because green gas had spread all around, and it was becoming very difficult to kill the creatures. Yet they somehow managed to overcome them with their firepower. Now James tells the Major that his soldier did not survive and also shows him a locket. At this, the Major goes mad with anger and declares that he will no longer leave Kong. But the others convince him that it is not Kong's fault. Actually, Kong is protecting them. If they did anything to Kong, it would be dangerous for them. Nevertheless, the Major remains adamant and does not listen. James tells him to go in that direction, and he will wait for him near the boat with his team. Then everyone is divided into two teams. At night, James and Mason are sitting on top of a hill when they see Kong standing in front of them. Mason timidly extends her hand and starts touching Kong lovingly. Kong also doesn't say anything to him, which makes Mason think it's a really nice creature. On the other hand, the Major and his soldiers have planted several bombs on the riverbank. As they explode, Kong arrives and starts attacking the soldiers as they destroy the planet. But the fire was so high that even he becomes unconscious due to burning. The Major orders his soldiers to detonate more bombs. When James arrives and explains that we are alive only because of Kong and that he is not our enemy, James says, "How do I explain it to you?" But the Major does not agree. He says that when this world is ours, we will be on top here. After repeated persuasion from James, the Major is about to put down his guns when a giant skull crawler appears and starts attacking. Kong also then stands up. The Major immediately orders them to detonate the bombs now, but Kong moves towards Skullcrawler, crushing him. A heated fight ensues between the two, while the others move towards the boat. This fight continues for so long that it becomes morning. Now on the other side, soldiers are firing at Skullcrawler, and he leaves Kong and starts moving towards them. Kong has fallen into the water and is stuck in the ropes. A soldier, risking his life, packs a lot of bombs and stands in front of the Skullcrawler, thinking that it might eat him and the bombs would detonate in his stomach. But that creature is very clever. He pushes the soldier hard, causing him to crash into the mountain, and the bombs explode. Skullcrawler starts to move towards the others when Kong stands up again and pulls him tightly. Mason climbs to the top of a hill and fires fire so she can signal the helicopter that they are here, but she falls into the river. We now see Kong fighting the creature with all his might and anger, and eventually kills it by pulling out its tongue. Kong then lifts Mason out of the water and leaves him with the humans. Now all the people have united and returned to their country together. We then see that the old soldier, who was lost on the island 30 years ago, has now returned and is happy to meet his wife and son. With this, the film ends. Thank you.